Hi all, welcome back to my lecture series on strategic management. And today we are going to discuss chapter 2, analyzing internal and external environment. Chapter 2 consists of analyzing the external and internal environment, where in the chapter 1 we discuss the phases of strategic management, and we know that strategic management is consist of four steps, starting from analyzing the environment and followed by formulation of strategy, implementation of strategy, and then evaluation of strategy. So analyzing the external and internal environment is a first step of a strategic management process. In this chapter, there are four major subsections which we can see. The first one is general about what exactly the environment is, its importance, components, characteristics of business, etc. Okay. Followed by we will discuss what is external environment and types of external environments like micro and macro environment and how it is how it creates opportunities and threats to a business. So how external environment is going to create opportunity and threats to the business, that we will see in part 2 of the chapter 2. And chapter 2 part 3 which consists of internal environment, where we will see what are the factors to be considered while doing an internal environment analysis, which gives us strengths and weaknesses of the firm. And the next one is Porter's five force model. It is a five force model for environmental analysis. What all those five forces we will see here, and also we will go through one case study of automobile industry, where we have done the entire external and internal environment studies. Okay, moving on. What is environment? The basic question before we do environmental analysis. Let's know what is environment. Take an example, guys, here. Your firm is here. Say, for example, you are a car manufacturer. So you are here. You are a car manufacturer. So there are many things which are happening within your company. Okay. So the quality of your resources, fund availability in the company, correct? Or attrition rate, or a people leaving or joining the company. All those things are program management skills, technical skills of a company. Many things are there within the company which you need to understand before making any decision. And after that, what is happening in the state where your company is located? Okay, what is happening in the country where your company is located? And what is happening in the global environment? When it comes to the global environment, what like wars which are happening, global treaties which are happening, etc. When it comes to a country environment, who is ruling the government, what is the political condition, economic condition, overall, when it comes to the state, the modus operandi of the state's operation, how it is easy to liaison with the states. So, like this, many factors are going to be considered while doing any business. Because why do we need to consider these things? All these factors will affect the running of the business. That's why we need to consider all these factors. Keith Davis has defined business environment as aggregate of all conditions, events, and influences that surround and affect the business. Right? So it is all the events. It is an aggregation of all the events, both internal and external, which are going to affect the business. So that is called as environment. If it is not affecting your business, then fine. That may not be an environment, but uh, it is important to note that anything which affects to our business and which is happening surrounding to the business, that is called as environment. So that's why it is always important to know what is happening around our business. So because that is required to run business successfully. Okay. So environmental factors will influence every aspect of business. Okay, because when you select any location, right? When we select location for your business, you will consider all these factors. When you fix the price of the product, when you select your distribution mechanism, every aspect of the business is impacted by environment. Okay, so that's why study of environment is more important. And it is not necessary that every environment factor will impact directly to you. There may be a possibility certain factors will impact directly, certain factors will impact indirectly. Okay. So moving on, see, just in a simple way, we can say that business decisions, which are part of strategic management, will be carried out doing a internal environment, which is related to the business operations, and then external environment, which is external to the company. Internal environments are controllable environment. We can call it as a controllable environment because it is all about company's capability. So this can be managed by company. If there is a lack of resources in the company, company can hire quality resources. But external environment is uncontrollable environment. Why it is uncontrollable environment? What is happening in the political landscape of the country? Which party is going to come to rule? That is not in a company's hand, a company's power, right? What is the RBI economic policy? RBI keep changing the policy and they changing the interest rates and other thing, right? It is not under the control of any business. So it is important to note that internal environments are controllable environment which happens within the company's boundary. External environment is a global phenomena and which cannot be controlled by business, but it will be having some impact on the business process. Let's move on. Let's quickly go through the nature and characteristics and objectives of business environment. Very simple. I think we have discussed these things multiple times. Uh, we know business environment is not simple, as we saw last slide, right? Business environment covers local, central, global, all the factors, local, central, global, and not only that, within company, it is not only about people, it is about nature, it is not about technological changes, etc. So it is not simple, very, very complex. At the same time, it is interdependence. When you study central, then it might be you might be studying local part of it, and also anything, right? Technological changes at a national level, at a global level, all every point is interconnected and interdependent, and it is dynamic. We know we cannot control the environment, what is happening surrounding to your company. Very, very simple. Today, everything is fine. When you woke up, you see that there is some war happening between two countries. In the last couple of months, we saw, not couple of months, like in the last 1 year, we saw three wars: Russia, Ukraine, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Israel, and Palestine. So the environment is changing. All of a sudden, customer taste, preferences will get changed. Customers are start liking fast food in place of Indian foods. So in that way, everything is keep changing and it is very, very dynamic. And these environment changes sometimes will have direct impact and sometimes will have indirect impact to the business. And as we know, it is uncertain. What happens, we don't know tomorrow. It is all that what we have to do, we have analyzed, we have to estimate based on the past records and then move on. And impact of business environment or business is relatively high. Any changes in that particular industry will have high impact. Any changes in other industries will have negative or sorry, will have indirect impact and then low impact. So the relativity factor also comes in business environment. And there are many forces, some specific forces and general forces which impact the business environment. Specific forces is change of oil price in the global market. That will influence the change in business environment. General forces which are happening across the globe, which impacts most of the products. It is not only for a one or two items. Okay. So these all are characteristics of business environment. Moving on, what are the objectives of let me erase this. Okay. What are the objectives of business environment study? It is knowledge formation. As we saw complexities associated with a business environment, we will be covering entire globe, right? And every piece of the information will be studied before taking any decisions. So your company decisions will be based on the information which we got during environmental analysis. So objectives of business environment is create the knowledge base, help in taking a decision on the basis of the knowledge what is collected, and making some policies, helping in making policies, and also designing the technological roadmap of a company, how the company should grow. Like now, be clear, without technology, companies cannot grow now. That is a taken point taken. So companies should always plan for technological steps, what company should take, and business environment study is going to help in that. And study of business environment is important to survive in the business. You cannot do business in isolation. It is important to read what is happening surrounding to it, change yourself to that. Change is the only constant in this current world. So to survive in the business, it is important to know what is happening surrounding to it. Before we conclude this chapter, let's see what exactly the business environment scope. We saw, right? Business environment is having two parts. One is external environment, and the second one is internal environment. External environment is based on a global factors which is uncontrollable in the companies, and then it affects the entire industry. But internal environment is internal factors which are controllable by company's management, and this will affect only specific to the company. Okay. Then under external environment, we have two classes, two types. One is micro environment, and the second one is macro environment. Micro environment, which is happening surrounding to the company. If your company is here, car manufacturing, your supplier, your customer, your transportation agent, competitors, which are one level higher to your environment. And macro environment are like global factors like economics, political, legal, technological, global, cultural, demography, natural, ecological. So all these points we will discuss in a coming video where we will go one by one in detail, micro environment factors, macro environment factors. The same way, okay, same way we also have internal environment, the value system of the company, what are the missions and objectives of the company, organization structure, corporate culture, quality of human resources, labor unions, physical resources, technological factors. All these are internal factors which are controllable within the company. So we will go through each one of them in detail in next videos. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and also please share it with your friends. Every week I will be uploading one chapter, and in the next 6 weeks we will be having all the chapters of strategic management in my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you so much.